What's going on, Quantum Nation? Welcome back. My name's Quantum, and today I'll be reviewing the new My Hero Academia Heroes Rising movie. You need to see this movie. It's a 5-star movie. I highly recommend it. So if you wanted a short answer, there you go. You're good to go. Now, for everybody else, there's going to be some spoilers coming up. So if you don't like spoilers, now is a good time to click off because I've got huge spoilers here. Alright, so essentially let's round this out by saying the premise of the story is quite simple. You have Deku and a bunch of his friends going to an island to, again, get more training under their belt with being heroes and all that good stuff, but this time they're getting taken off the leash and it's an island where they get to protect and patrol all by themselves. Fantastic for hero work. It's the real deal. Their first time being actual heroes. Now, in their journey, they actually find that there are villains on this island, but no heroes have come to that island because they let the kids go by themselves because they thought nothing would happen, right? Yeah, as if that would work out in a movie plot, but thank goodness for us that it didn't work out in the way that the heroes showed up and saved the day, because we got to see so many characters shine in a way we don't usually get to see. So one of the things I thought cool, you got to see, obviously, these really super overpowered villains come to the island, completely tearing it apart. And then you got to see Dark Shadow just go plus ultra to the next level. He's got some crazy strong power. I mean, it was incredibly cool to watch that fight. It was incredibly cool to see Todoroki actually not be overpowered, not be this monster of a character like he normally is in the show, and actually show that he has limits and he's still learning. He hasn't evolved to the level where he's omnipotent and he's the end-all to be-all hero. I think it's good to show weaknesses and that he needs others around him to help him with big battles. I think that was really, really solid. And that fight between the main villain, which for those needing to know as well, you have a villain named Nine. He's basically a person with 9 quirks created for the purpose of all for one. And it's just like this whole whirlwind of events that transpire before that, where they basically want a world where only the strong survive and the weak perish, and the strong lead and rule and yada yada, that whole thing. And so in his journeys and all that, he needed more power, and so he resorted to going towards all for one for more power, being a test subject and experiment, and came out with more power. He has 9 quirks. Problem being, when he uses those quirks, he gets sick and he can't survive. So he needs a regeneration quirk. Well, the problem being, he doesn't have one, but he does have an absorption quirk where he can steal other people's quirks. But the problem is, he can only steal 9 of them. And so the last slot that he's saving for this young boy who has a regeneration quirk, and he's hunting this little kid. And that kid so happens to be on this island that Deku in Class 1A is protecting. Now, what's really cool about this entire event is that now in this battle, they're all showcasing their strengths, and you get to see a whole, again, new side of these characters that you just didn't see before, that I think is super dope. And in addition to that, you also get to see Bakugo and Deku team up in a way you never ever got to see in the anime, and it is a treat. You're talking like supersonic speed moves, I mean, that are just absolutely incredible. And then in the end, they get beaten to hell, and when Deku and Bakugo are all but destroyed and defeated, they do the most unexpected thing in this movie. They have Deku, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, okay? They have Deku give his one-for-all power to Bakugo, and then they become both one-for-all users, and that is the coolest thing. The surge of energy was amazing visually with the special effects and lighting, and then they blast away the power of the villain, and it was great. They go and they zip and lightning flash everywhere. It was so cool. And of course the music, was slower because it's the climax of the movie. I wasn't really a fan of them using the same music that they used when Deku first went 100%, full of his power, as far as, having Eri on his back. I wasn't a big fan of them using that slow track. I wish they would have done something more epic, like You Say Run or something like that. But of course they didn't do that, so, that's where it is. But the fight was really good, though. Even if the music was a little anticlimactic, it was a little emotional, a little cheesy and dramatic, but it was good. It was a good scene, and it ended pretty well. And at the end of the scene, All Might and all the other heroes show up and save the day, and not necessarily save the day because the work's already done, but save the day in the sense that they just arrest and round up the bad guys. But then All Might's there, and he's with Deku, and he's on the ground, and Deku is apologizing to All Might, about to pass out, telling him it was the only way they could win, and he just wanted to protect everyone. And at the end of it, that was when Deku passed out. All Might's, feeling sorry for him and telling him you did the best you could. He's proud of him and all that. But then the One for All power is in his or I'm sorry, I think it's All for One power, right? No, One for All, yeah, one for everybody, yeah. The One for All power didn't leave Deku and go to Bakugo. The transfer actually failed, and it still resides in Deku. And they gave a little hint that the One for All power is kind of sentient, and it chose to be with him. So everyone that was a pass user kind of said, no, screw that Bakugo kid, we want this kid, because he's willing to give up everything to save everybody. That's totally somebody who needs to have the power. And to think that they can make that decision already is kind of cool. And we already saw in the anime that the Vestiges controlled Deku's body when he was about to be knocked out of the UA tournament. So we can see that there is definitely a sentient nature to this power, and showing that off more has me so excited for the future of My Hero Academia. But that being said, this is an absolute 5-star blockbuster movie. You must watch it at some point. I'm gonna buy this thing day one and watch it on Blu-ray again. It was fantastic. I highly recommend this, guys. I mean, seriously, I had a load of fun. But that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching the #1 brand in honesty, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later.